Good morning, 5 minutes past 6 o'clock. How are we? talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Buy a used car, get a free 2-year service plan, plus an extra £500 when you part exchange. Shop the upgrade event today. Gabby's alongside me. Gabby, you're gloating a bit this morning. Do I detect a little winning bet last night?
I did, mate. I had PSG to win and Atletico Madrid to win. Yes, Atletico Madrid got lucky with the sending off, but even before the sending off, there wasn't much in it. Maybe Barca a little bit better, but they had threats. Lookman, Griezmann, Alvarez, that fantastic free kick he scored. He's such a player, Al. Honestly, he's been in fantastic form this season. Marcus Rashford looked sharp.
He did, I was about to say.
Yeah, but Barca, I'm not sure about them as a whole team. You know, defensively, I don't think they're as strong as other teams in the competition. And all the work's cut out for them now. And what was good, wasn't it, was Diego Simeone, first win, I think, in 14 attempts.
At the new camp. Do I like him? Not sure.
Yeah.
I don't like his attitude in the touchline, you know, his arms. And saying that, it's quite interesting because his boy plays for Atletico.
Yes.
And they got in a great position down the line. His boy skied it over the bar. You could see him saying, "Oh my God, what are you doing?"
How'd you have a go at your son?
Yeah, and then 20 minutes later, get in there.
Yes.
His boy gets brought down.
Yes, great second goal as well. But Barcelona, the work's cut out. But we have to talk about Liverpool now.
I started watching Liverpool, and as soon as PSG scored, I thought, no, I can't see any way back now.
See, the problem with Liverpool now, his formation, he tried to play a defensive formation with the 3 centre-backs and the wing-backs and Gravenberch and McAllister in front. But he was getting his 3 centre-halves to go man-to-man. And you know what it's like, Al? Centre-halves don't want to be stretched.
He was all
into
over the
channels.
shop. Kanate was all over the shop.
But centre-halves, Al, don't want to be stretched, do they? At a time, one of the centre-halves was coming all the way into the PSG half because Dembele was being clever and just made him coming back towards his own defence, see how far he will go, Kanate or Van Dijk. But Liverpool probably should have just played a 4-3-3, and you play a Frimpong on the right. You play maybe a Gakpo on the left. I'm not having him, mate.
No.
Final pass, not good enough. Defensively, not great. But I just think the formation was a defensive formation, but ended up making Liverpool probably more open.
Liverpool, no shots on target.
I know. Only 3 shots in the whole game, Al. No shots at all at half-time.
That's horrendous.
Ekitike was an absolute disgrace, and we're big fans of him. He didn't turn up. He didn't try. He was lazy. Every time he got 1v1, he'd give the ball away. Mo Salah not coming on, Al. They made 5 substitutions. Mo Salah didn't even come on. A young lad come on before Mo Salah. Yeah, it's not looking good for Arne Slot. You're starting to look at some of these players and you're saying, are you really fighting for the manager? It doesn't look like it.
I watched his interview and I just felt he knows his time's up.
Yes.
Or it's running out. Kanate right at the end. I didn't see it, Gab, because I was watching another game. Was it a penalty?
I think it was, yeah. It was a push in the back, wasn't it? But we saw one yesterday, the day before yesterday, Elise, in the final minutes where he got shoved in the back, didn't give it. But Kanate made a great tackle 20 minutes before where he slid and he went to VAR and got overturned. Not a penalty. But I just think let's look at Liverpool out. How the mighty Liverpool look so bad. You know, it was like a League One team playing a Premier League team and, you know, sitting back and winning the ball back and just booting it away. And Liverpool are better than that. They've got some good players.
Can they get a quick goal at Anfield and change?
They might do, but I just think this PSG team out. They're in first gear, mate. They could have won 6 or 7. Dembele missed so many chances. Kvaratskhelia was fantastic. Doué was fantastic. Zaire Emery midfield. Neves, Vitinha. The whole team, Al. It was really easy for them. They must have been in the change room after the game thinking, what's happened to Liverpool? Well, they're not
don't
great,
want to
are
make
they?
excuses, but PSG have a free weekend again. Liverpool have to play.
Yes, they do. But
It happens every time. It happens.
But fair play to the French Federation, Al, for looking after their teams. Why can't we do that to help the English teams? But it's going to be tough for Liverpool. They've got a chance. That's all you can say. They're very lucky, by the way. There was one in the last couple of minutes where Hakimi runs through and he should just shoot and he squares it for Mendes. And then he takes a touch and then another bad touch and misses it. He's just got to tap it in. There were so many opportunities for PSG. They're such a good team.
Just on the other game, Atletico of Barcelona get one early.
Oh, yes, but it's a tough place to go, isn't it? Away to Atletico L. And I just think, I watched them, I'm like, Lewandowski didn't look great before he got subbed at half-time. Lamine Yamal and Rashford carried the team. But as a whole team, I fancy Atletico like I did yesterday.
Okay. Right, so the two teams, excuse me, we've already had a caller. Let's do this, shall we? Because I can imagine a lot of Liverpool fans. I had a friend who was going to go to Paris. He said, no, not going. We already got a caller. Daniel's a Liverpool fan, wants to talk about Arne Slot. Daniel, morning.
Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning. Morning. I don't know where to start, if I'm honest with you. I'm ringing the show a fair bit, and we praised Liverpool last year, and I'll ring up a few times this year to hammer them because they bloody deserve it. That performance last night, the formation last night, it was an absolute shambles.
Yeah.
I heard Gabby earlier on say about Kanate running up the field. Honestly, he looked like a little boy who's just played football for the first time, just running after the ball, chasing shadows.
Yeah.
Frimpong, when he goes up and half-ass presses, doesn't actually press fully. He leaves so much gap behind. I think there was 2 times in the first half. They just flicked it over. Gomez had Kvaratskhelia and Dembele to deal with, and they went through on goal like 3 or 4 times. They could have done 5 or 6 last night on us.
Yes.
2-0 was actually flattering. And what bothers me the most, and sorry to rant about this, Arne Slot, I don't know what he's doing in his head, because his pre-match conference is praising PSG, how amazing PSG are. We lost 4-0 last time, or it could have been 5 or 6. Our keeper should have saved more. Like, what are you doing, hammering your own players? I don't get it. I don't get where he gets this mentality of just hammering, and he wonders why they don't play for him.
Do you recognise your football club now on the pitch? Because
no,
when I look at Liverpool
really
now,
don't.
I'm like, Frimpong, final ball, he's not going to get assists. He doesn't look great defensively. When he had a few races with Mendes was a lot quicker than him, so he's not super quick. I'm just not sure about his Liverpool side now, mate.
I don't recognise him. I had a domestic last night with my wife because I was moaning at the television so much. She was like, if you're going to keep moaning, I'm going to go to bed. I was like, honestly, go, because this is doing me head in. But I have to watch it to see it. You know, I couldn't be there. I've travelled around Europe all my life with Liverpool. I couldn't be there this week. But it's just, it hurts watching them. And they're a shadow of themselves. And they're all blaming each other. Their arms are going up in the air. Yeah. There was one time in the second half, Szoboszlai was walking back. The ball was in play, and his back was to the ball. And he turns around and is like, oh, well, we're playing.
Ekatike, though. How poor was he, by the way?
He was awful.
But
then I don't know if it was... Because it was... Was he awful because he was isolated, though? Because if you look at him, he didn't have many around. But then...
When you got it, mate, just give it away. You look lazy.
Yeah, it was... There was a lot of little flicks that were just... it was annoying. The whole performance was annoying, and honestly, 2-0, they're lucky. But
I think you should go and make the missus a nice coffee and some breakfast. Make it up to her, mate.
I'm at work, so she's happy.
Dan, you're going back on a new telly. Tell it to wrap up. Right. The two teams head to Anfield on Tuesday night for the second leg, with the Reds hoping for another famous European night. Can it happen? However, on last night's sports bar, the Chunk, O'Hara was keen to set that record straight.
I've got a stat here for you, right? You say that Anfield's a cauldron, right, in Champions League knockouts. Since Barca in 2009, we all remember that one, right? 2019, 2020, Atletico, you lost 3-2. 2021 against Madrid, you drew 0-0. 21-22, you got beat by Inter, then you drew with Benfica, and you lost against Madrid. Again, 5-2 loss at Anfield in 2022-23. 24-25, you got beat again. You've won 1.
Thanks for that, Jamie. Cheers.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Right, Liverpool fans, keep those calls coming. 03717 223344. Is Anfield on the European night, is it still the best? Is it still different gravy or not? Is this tie over, as Jamie says? Come and tell us.